Chapter 16. 2 months had passed since we began our endeavor, and today marked the culmination of our efforts. Standing on the balcony, Margaret, Zelda, and I observed with bated breath as Carmela engaged in conversation with the health and safety inspector. Dubbed the Birdman by us for his peculiar features resembling a bird, he meticulously inspected every inch of our establishment, armed with his measuring tape, flashlight, and clipboard. As he conducted his examination, Margaret couldn't contain her amusement, particularly when a gust of wind exposed the ill-fitting toupee atop the inspector's head, a stark contrast to his graying hair. Meanwhile, down below, Carmela monitored his every move, her anticipation palpable. Eventually, the inspector concluded his evaluation, shaking his head in apparent disbelief before handing over the verdict to Carmela. With a final glance at the form, Carmela's expression morphed from tension to relief as the inspector departed, leaving behind the outcome of our hard work. "Come on, we should go see what Birdman says needs to be done this time," Margaret declares, breaking the tension. Zelda and I nod in agreement, knowing it's time to face the verdict. We leave our children, happily engrossed in their play, and make our way downstairs. Guiding Valentine, whose early walking skills both surprise and delight us, I reflect on his resilience despite the challenges he's endured. Last month marked his first steps, a milestone amid the turmoil he's faced. As we approach Carmela, who remains fixated on the hotel, her expression inscrutable, she relays the inspector's comment with a mix of frustration and determination. He said 4 rogue women would never accomplish anything on our own without help. Ladies. We stand beside her, surveying the transformed building. Gone are the signs of neglect. The exterior gleams with fresh paint, the landscaping meticulously manicured, and flowers adorning the porch. It's a testament to our perseverance and defiance against doubters. In this moment, as we gaze upon the fruits of our labor, I realize that despite the doubts and obstacles, we've succeeded. For determined women, against the odds, have breathed new life into this once-forgotten hotel. As Carmela delivers the long-awaited verdict, a wave of relief washes over us. The culmination of our efforts, every ounce of sweat and toil, now manifests in the transformation before us. Carmela's typically stoic demeanor betrays a hint of emotion, a testament to the significance of this moment. Eager to hear the final word, I inquire about the outcome, scanning our handiwork with anticipation. Carmela's response is delivered with an air of casual confidence that belies the weight of her words. "The verdict, ladies, is we are now open for business," she announces, her tone matter-of-fact yet laden with underlying triumph. Before Margaret can finish her thought, a realization dawns upon her. I turn to Carmela, whose subtle smile confirms the unexpected twist in her declaration. "Wait, you said," Margaret begins, her voice trailing off as comprehension sets in. "I said we are open for business. We did it, girls," Carmela proclaims, unleashing a wave of jubilation among us. Squeals of joy fill the air as we jump and cheer with unrestrained excitement. Margaret's exuberant hull echoes loudly, and we all join in, reveling in our triumph. To any passerby, our impromptu celebration might seem peculiar, but to us, it signifies the culmination of determination and perseverance. We've defied expectations, proving that with unwavering resolve and hard work, the impossible becomes achievable. As we make our way back, laughter punctuates our conversation about the next steps, advertising and hiring. Reflecting on past discussions, I recall an idea I proposed to Carmela last month, eager to see it come to fruition. For rogue single mothers have forged this establishment's identity, and we're committed to maintaining that ethos. Embracing this vision, we made a bold decision. Every member of our staff would be a rogue woman. A hotel owned and operated by those society deems less desirable. This was our statement to the world. Carmela wholeheartedly embraced the concept, and together, Margaret, Zelda, and I spread the word through community centers, seeking out potential hires. The response was overwhelming. The lineup for interviews stretched down the street the following day, a testament to the community's resilience and determination. Despite the challenges of sifting through applicants, we soon assembled a team of 50. ready to work rotating shifts once we opened our doors. The only remaining position to fill is that of head chef. While Carmela's culinary skills are impressive, for now, we'll rely on her expertise until we find the right candidate. As we prepare for the restaurant's opening, Carmela steps out to retrieve a bottle of wine while I gather glasses. A sudden cough interrupts the tranquility, prompting me to glance towards the storerooms with a sense of unease. "Carmela, are you okay?" I inquire, my concern mounting as the coughing persists. "Carmela." I call again, urgency creeping into my voice as I step into the storerooms. My heart sinks at the sight before me, Carmela, doubled over in a violent coughing fit, her struggle for breath palpable. The wine glasses slip from my trembling hands, shattering on the unforgiving tiles as I watch her collapse. Time slows to a crawl as I witness the harrowing scene unfold. Carmela's hand, stained crimson with blood, grasps the steel shelf for support. Her gaze meets mine, undoubtedly attempting to reassure me, but her efforts are thwarted by another bout of coughing. Blood spatters from her lips, trailing down her chin as her eyes lose focus. In a horrifying moment, she crumples to the ground, her complexion ashen and clammy. A primal scream escapes my lips as I sprint towards her, desperation driving my movements. But despite my frantic efforts, I'm powerless to prevent her fall. She crashes to the floor, and a sense of helplessness washes over me as I kneel beside her, engulfed by fear and uncertainty. "Carmela." My voice echoes with terror as I gather her frail form into my lap, her feeble grip on my arm offering a fragile reassurance. "Call an ambulance." I scream, the urgency in my tone piercing the air. With trembling hands, I guide her head to prevent her from choking on her own blood, her gasps for air a haunting soundtrack to the chaos unfolding around us. "Hold on, Val, help is on the way," I reassure her, though the words ring hollow in the face of her suffering. Zelda rushes in, cradling Valentine and our other child, her eyes wide with fear as she watches the scene unfold. Meanwhile, Margaret frantically relays instructions to the emergency services, her voice trembling with panic. "It's okay, you'll be okay," I murmur, my voice choked with tears as I hold her hands tightly, the hands of a woman whose boundless compassion has provided solace and sanctuary to so many. In that moment, I'm overwhelmed by a profound sense of admiration for her unwavering strength, a strength that now falters in the face of adversity. As Carmela weakly squeezes my hands, a feeble attempt at offering comfort, my heart shatters into a million pieces. Despite her own suffering, she seeks to soothe me, a testament to the selflessness that defines her character. "They'll be here in 20 minutes. They're flat out, Margaret updates us, her agitation palpable as she paces back and forth. 20 minutes feels like an eternity, especially in the face of Carmela's worsening condition. The realization hits me hard. She's a rogue, marginalized, and neglected by society, even in times of dire need. It's a harsh reality that now threatens to cost us dearly. Carmela's weak voice draws my attention, her gaze seeking mine with a sad smile. "Where's Valentine?" she gasps, her words barely audible amidst the chaos. I glance at Zelda, who reassures her that he's nearby. "He's here," I confirm, watching as Margaret brings him closer so Carmela can see him. Kneeling beside us, Margaret offers solace in the form of our child, a beacon of hope amidst the despair. "He looks so much like his father," Carmela remarks softly, her words heavy with emotion. I nod in agreement, brushing away tears that blur my vision. Valentine, oblivious to the gravity of the situation, pats Carmela's arm innocently. Her smile, though weakened, speaks volumes of her love for him. I guide her hand to touch his tiny foot, a tender moment amidst the turmoil. "I am so proud of you girls," Carmela's voice falters as she expresses her admiration. We all nod in unison, our tears mingling as we struggle to come to terms with the impending loss of one of the most inspirational figures in our lives. "Don't speak like that. You will be fine. Help is on the way," I assure her, my voice trembling with a mixture of fear and desperation. Carmela's response, however, pierces through my fragile facade, her words carrying a weight that I can't bear to acknowledge. "Not this time, Jane," she replies, her voice strained with exhaustion. My heart lurches painfully in my chest, the harsh reality of the situation crashing down upon me like a relentless wave. I reach for the paper towels Zelda offers, my hands trembling uncontrollably as I attempt to ease Carmela's suffering. As I wipe away the blood, my resolve wavers, overshadowed by a profound sense of helplessness. I should have insisted she see a doctor sooner. The guilt gnaws at me, threatening to consume me whole. "Listen to me, Jane, I need you to promise." Carmela's voice breaks through my turmoil, demanding my attention. But I can't bring myself to heed her request, not when hope still flickers faintly within me. "I will listen when you're better. Then you can tell me, then I will promise you anything," I plead, my voice barely above a whisper. "Look after my grandson for me. You promise me that. You promise not to let my son break you like his father did me," Carmela implores, her words laden with a mother's love and concern. Despite my inner turmoil, I nod solemnly, a silent vow made in the face of impending loss. "What?" My voice catches in my throat, overwhelmed by the weight of Carmela's words. The realization dawns upon me, her plea etching itself into my heart with painful clarity. The eyes, he has my son's eyes. "You look after him for me. You fight for him. Promise you will fight for both," Carmela implores, her voice strained with urgency amidst the violent coughs racking her body. My grip tightens on her hand, a silent vow forged in the crucible of her suffering. Sure, hold on, Val," I murmur, enveloping her in a desperate embrace, unwilling to let her slip away. But despite my fervent pleas, her struggles cease abruptly, leaving behind a haunting silence punctuated only by the distant wail of approaching sirens. "I promise," I whisper into her hair, pressing a tender kiss to her forehead, my heart heavy with grief as I feel her hand grow limp in my grasp. As the paramedics burst into the room, I relinquish Valentine to Margaret's care, my gaze locked on Carmela's lifeless form. With a heavy heart, I step aside, allowing the paramedics to commence their efforts to revive her. Time seems to stretch endlessly as we stand vigil, our hope dwindling with each passing moment. 10 agonizing minutes tick by, each second echoing the unbearable weight of our loss. Finally, I release Valentine into Margaret's arms, silently acknowledging the futility of our despair. With a heavy heart, we retreat, seeking solace in the embrace of one another as we confront the harsh reality of Carmela's passing. As the man in the tailored suit rushes into the room, his arrival heralded by an air of desperation, I recognize him instantly as Carmela's mate. The resemblance between him and Brian, his son, is striking, their shared features a painful reminder of the family torn asunder by tragedy. But it's his amber eyes, mirroring Valentine's, that send a shiver down my spine, a testament to the ties that bind them as kin. He stands frozen in the doorway, a silent witness to the frantic efforts to revive Carmela. Despite the fervent attempts, the inevitable truth becomes painfully clear: there is no bringing her back. With a strangled cry, he collapses to his knees, his anguish palpable as he grapples with the weight of his own culpability. He knows, as well as I do, that he bears responsibility for this tragedy, his failure to embrace and cherish Carmela sealing her fate. As I watch him unravel before me, consumed by grief and remorse, I feel nothing but numbness. Carmela, who had been my pillar of strength for so long, now lies lifeless because of the man crumbling before my eyes. The injustice of it all threatens to suffocate me, but amidst the chaos, a resolve begins to stir within me. Wiping away my tears, I survey the scene before me, the paramedics making arrangements to transport Carmela's body. With a steely determination, I vow to honor her memory by breaking the cycle of pain and suffering that plagued her life. Brian will not inherit his father's legacy of destruction. I will not allow history to repeat itself. Promising myself that I will protect Valentine at all costs, I steel myself for the daunting task ahead. Carmela's untimely demise serves as a grim reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of fighting for a better future. With her memory as my guiding light, I pledge to carve out a path of resilience and hope, determined to ensure that her legacy endures.